Making the biscuits. Right, Mama? Procrastination is the death of creation. It's the death of creativity. It is the hindrance of setting goals. As you can tell, I'm just sitting here right now when I should be taking care of something that I was supposed to have taken care of earlier this week. But it's all because of procrastination. It really is a killer. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. So I'm gonna basically tell you right now, right? This vlog actually is the combination of 2 weeks. I actually did a vlog that was supposed to be, well, some of the earlier clips that you saw in the vlog earlier, and well, the earlier clips were actually supposed to be the vlog that I was supposed to put out last week. But I wound up recording straight onto YouTube. So, with that being said, this vlog is actually a composite of 2 separate weeks. The week before the actual vlog that I recorded, and then the week after I actually recorded. So, yeah, and I already have clips recorded for the, the vlog for next week. So, yeah. Just a little bit of a warning for you guys. Well, not a warning, but, you know, just a disclaimer. Alright? Alright, so I'm here doing my editor thing, because got a couple of stories here that my writers have written to put up on the website. In case you're wondering about the website, it's thesportsjunkies101.com. And it's the with an A, not an E. So yeah, we're sitting here. I'm sitting here reviewing articles, and you know, the life of an editor is never, it's never really done, because when you're working towards putting up a good article, or making sure that an article is you know is without its mistakes, with correct punctuation, no misspellings, or no no structural problems when it comes to sentences and paragraphs. It can be kind of tedious. It can be kind of annoying, but it's worth it, because at the end of the day, you're making sure that your writer, or your writers, are putting out the best possible story that they can put out, that will garner not just attention for the site, but also garner attention for the writers. And I'm all about helping my writers get the attention that they deserve, because they put in a lot of hard work, and this is a labor of love to do this. Everybody that works with me in the wrestling news department on the Sports Junkies, we're all fans of wrestling. And as you guys know, I have wrestled, and I still dabble here and there. But for the most part, we're all fans of wrestling. We're all people who really love and have true fandom towards the sport and business side of things. So for me to do what I'm doing on this site, and for me to do what I'm doing with these articles and these reviews and everything, it's something that's, like I said earlier, a labor of love, pretty much. So I've got no problem doing the editing, going through the editing process, fixing what needs to be fixed, but also making sure that my writers don't, write stuff down that they shouldn't. Let me do this, because make sure that what my writers are writing aren't, start new search, yes. To make sure that what my writers are writing isn't necessarily, can't be taken as something that was taken from someone else. Also, just to make sure that there's no plagiarism or anything. Because a lot of wrestling websites, a lot of wrestling news websites do the same thing. They will take a story, and they will, I understand they're directly quoting certain things with their articles. So I'm cool with that. That's not a problem with, getting direct quotes and putting together things that need to be put together. But, there comes a point in time where you have to be certain with what you're putting. You don't want to put something that someone else has put up. You don't want to sound like you're pretty much, repeating what some other writer on another website wrote. And unfortunately, with a lot of these wrestling news websites, that's kind of what they do, unless they do original articles, or or unless they take the news source and they write it in their own fashion and form. So that's why I'm here as the editor of the wrestling news department on the Sports Junkies, because truth be told, I don't want my writers to be accused of taking other people's words and just moving them around so it could be considered their own words. I actually encourage my writers to work on their form, work on what they need to work on to develop their own style of writing, to develop their own voice when it comes to writing articles. So essentially, um, getting back to the core thing, they can develop not only themselves as writers, but also develop a following of loyal readers and a loyal readership for whenever they put out their articles. Uh, it can be tedious at times, but for the most part, it's okay. It's cool. But let me get back to this, because, yeah. Yeah. Attempt to eat healthy. You don't, I'm gonna mess you up. Mess you up. Dinner done. Dinner done. Dinner done. Dinner done. Oh, baby, you and me. I can already tell that my niece is gonna be a little shocked because normally it's one of my other relatives picking her up, but since they're on vacation, I have the duties of picking her up this week. And sometimes, okay, most times, I'm getting to her school kinda late, which it is kind of my fault because I don't remember the schedule for the buses. So, you know, whatever. But I'm here to pick her up early right now. She's gonna be a little shocked. I'm actually the only parent, adult, guardian person that's standing outside the school. See? And they got 2 spots because they even got across the street. So I'm here on time. Still coughing up a lung. And I feel like I wasted $1. Because while I was here, sorry, I just read a text message. While I was here, I decided I would go to the gas station store that's right here next to the school. I go there, and I decide, let me pick me up a little snack, pick me up a bottle of water. I grabbed the bottle of water, and I picked me up a little candy. I picked me up a Good and Plenty. Thought it was a grape candy. Didn't realize it was candy-coated licorice. I like licorice to an extent. I don't want a whole box of licorice candy. So I just tossed the licorice candy away because it was just like, bleh. And I know my niece isn't going to eat it because she don't like licorice. Tastes meh. Oh man, terrible. Terrible. So I'm sitting here, or really I'm laying here, and yeah, I think I'm gonna wind up having to go to the hospital. Just had a conversation with my sister, and gotta have the lovely health concerns, the lovely, lovely health concerns. So, yeah. Gotta love when your body just decides, let's crap out on you. But then again, it's your own fault for allowing your body to crap out on you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jennifer. Happy birthday to you. This. Yay!
Because we couldn't decide between a regular cake and an African cake.
Oh, it's ice cream.
We got both.
Ha! So I'm about to make some healthy ass ice cream. Even though my bananas look like crap. Yep. I'm about to go and make some ice cream. Since I decided I want to take a little bit more initiative towards my health. And I want to actually have a nice sweet treat. But I don't want to go to the store and spend money on processed ice cream. Now, obviously every ice cream is processed because, well, let's face it, they got to go through that. But, you know, I don't want to deal with high fructose corn syrup or any of that other, you know, garbage. So, when I say that my bananas look like crap, they look overly ripened. But that doesn't mean that I can't save them and I can't turn them into ice cream. Because you see, I am going to blend them. As soon as I can get this damn cup in the goddamn... There we go. Don't unbend there. Alright. So, I don't know, let me see if I can bend this a little bit more over here. There we go. There we go. There we go. As you can see, I got my blender right here. I have the bananas. And to add a little more flavor to it, I got Hershey's chocolate syrup in a pouch, which, because it's in a pouch, you have to refrigerate it. Because if you don't refrigerate it, it could actually go bad. And I'm using milk. So, here's what I'm going to do. I bought these bananas a couple days ago. But you know, it's warm in my apartment. And because of the fact that I didn't necessarily get to make the bananas the way I want to, like, people would look at these and say, oh, those bananas are spoiled. But no, they're actually still in relatively good condition. In fact, right now, they're at their sweetest. And because I put them in the fridge, they would actually be still in relatively solid condition. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to take these bananas. I'm going to take these bananas and I'm going to blend them. Blend them into a fine, like, cream, fine, you know. And then I'm going to store them in a container. And I'm going to toss them in the freezer. It'll take about 6 hours for it to, you know, roughly freeze up to the consistency that it has to be. I'm not going to put too much milk because if I put too much milk, it's going to come out too liquidy. If I put too little bit of milk, it's going to come out really chunky. So I have to find that nice little balance in between while I'm doing this. And you see, I'm doing this because of my health. You see, alright, I was supposed to take a health challenge this month. And one of those health challenges was no ice cream. But you see, I like ice cream. I love it. I love the stuff. And I took it as, okay, none of that processed stuff. Which means no Breyers, no Ben & Jerry's, no Haagen-Dazs, you know, none of that stuff. Because, you know, while they do make some of the best flavors out there, and while they do make a lot of really good, you know, really good variations. They still, some of these things still use high fructose corn syrup and all these additives and stuff like that, rather than using, you know, natural ingredients. I mean, Breyers uses natural ingredients. They say they use natural ingredients. They say they only use like 4 or 5 ingredients. But let's be real. Avengers sticker. But let's be real. You know, every company tries to find ways to keep their food at its freshest. Most of these companies try to find little shortcuts into making sure that their products stay as fresh as it did when it came out the factory or when it got packaged. So that way the customer gets the freshest, the absolute freshest and sweetest taste. Me? I'm using all natural items. So while technically I'm breaking a rule because, you know, I'm not really supposed to be eating ice cream, it's a fruit-based ice cream. So technically, I'm not breaking a rule. I'm actually going around a rule. I'm actually going around the rule and still having my snack while, you know, still having my snack. Put a little bit of here. There we go. That's about good. That should be a good amount. Putting that there. And a little bit of this. Now technically, I shouldn't be having this chocolate because it's chocolate syrup. So it has the consistency of candy. Especially because I have to keep it in the fridge. But I'm using it to add flavor to the mixture. Get a good consistency. Let's get this right here. Should be about good. But I want to make sure it's a fairly decent consistency. So I'm going to keep going. It looks liquefied enough. I'm just going through the different stages. Extra mixed. All right. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautifully, beautifully blended. Beautifully blended. Now all I gotta do is stick it into a container. And once I stick it into a container, I toss that container in the freezer, leave it for 6 hours, and then by tonight, I'll have ice cream. Whew! Can't wait. Can't wait. I have successfully made ice cream. As you saw, I took the recipe, bananas, milk, a little bit of chocolate, blended it together, and made a nice icy treat. Even though I froze it for a little bit longer than I should have. But let's try this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good. I'm gonna save some of this for WrestleMania because it's WrestleMania weekend. And I have a niece that I gotta watch on Saturday. So I'm gonna be watching NXT. She probably won't. But I'm gonna be watching NXT. And I have ice cream, which I drizzled with more chocolate. I like chocolate. Oh yeah. Real good. Next time I'm making a mango one. Yup. Yup. Maybe mango and banana. Oh yeah.